All right, guys, day 57, Operation Epic Fury, and Beijing, China, just called America dangerous and irresponsible. Not Iran, America. You want to know why? Because China is bleeding out, and the media is not telling you anything about this, which is amazing. And it's interesting whenever you see a news organization like CNBC running an article like this, and I would love to get your opinion on this in the chat. Make sure you smash the like and subscribe button. It helps get this word out, propagates the formula, so to speak. But we're going to be talking a lot about China today because China is the one that's really getting hurt. Trump's naval blockade went up on April 13th. I want you to think about some of these dates. 12 days ago. CENTCOM has now redirected 33 ships. The USS Spruance and the 31st Marine Expeditionary Unit has boarded and seized the Iranian flag Tuska. We're talking about the largest naval blockade since the Cold War, and it's working. And China's on television right now begging for a ceasefire. It's funny how this works, isn't it? Because a lot of these news organizations here in the United States are funded by China. Big Pharma, that's where all the products are made, right? That's funny how this works. And when you cut off the Communist Party's payroll, the Communist Party's oil supply, suddenly they care about peace. Now, 5 million barrels a day, that's how much how much crude flows through the Strait of Hormuz directly for China. 40 to 50% of Beijing's total crude imports, and Trump just turned the spigot off. This isn't a Middle East story anymore. This is a Pacific story, and I'm going to walk you through exactly how we got here. You all right? And this is massive because we're seeing news outlets that would never cover this starting to run these stories. Look at this. Here we have China has so far weathered the historic oil crisis. Do you see this? But as Xi prepares to meet Trump, costs are starting to grow. Apparently, the president of the United States is planning to meet Xi Jinping in China. This article came out on April the 14th. The news media has been sitting on this. China is the world's largest importer of energy. They have yet to figure out how to power any of their vehicles with rice, okay? And so far, they have weathered the global energy shock. This is an article from April the 12th, so 13 days ago. But now, with the capabilities of the Iranians, when them not being able to store any more oil because all of these containers are full, well, the game is changing. The entire playbook is changing. And I want to say this for those just tuning in. 20 years on submarines, 2 decades operating in choke points exactly like the Strait of Hormuz. From a tactical standpoint, what you're watching unfold right now is textbook sea denial. This is textbook economic strangulation, and the target really isn't Tehran. It would be too easy for the president right now to just unleash fire and brimstone on Tehran. It would be too easy. The target is Beijing. We all know that Tehran can't prevent any of our aircraft from doing what they want to do. When you're flying a B-2 through there 38,000 feet, there's nothing that Tehran can do. But the real target is Beijing. And all the evidence is here. And all you have to do is really look for the evidence. It's there. And I hate to say it, but it's all coming out in the wash right now. Look at this article. What the war in Iran means for China. China is relatively inured to the Iran conflict, but less external demand could hit its exports. This article goes back to March 17th. Okay, look at the gas prices for China. 753. I think that's in yuan. Obviously, there's a Pepsi symbol there, right? We don't bother countries with Pepsi symbols. But this is amazing to see because Trump has always been about China has too much control in the United States. And if you rewind back to, I want to say it was around 2021, while America was bouncing between administrations, China and Iran quietly signed a 25-year cooperation agreement. $400 billion Iranian oil at below market prices in exchange for Chinese investment in Iranian infrastructure. And what they politely called a security operation. Now, I'm going to translate that for you. China became the regime's banker. Iran became China's gas station. And if you fast forward to February 28th, Operation Epic Fury kicked off. That's the actual date. The Ayatollah, dead within hours. Iran's Navy gets sunk. Their Air Force grounded. Their missile launchers are destroyed. There's rumors now that there was a ship, the Tuska, that had man pads, basically a missile defense that were being delivered to the Iranians. What does Iran do? They mine the Strait of Hormuz. They close this. They close the choke point that 20% of the world's oil moves through. They thought it was a genius move, except here's what they didn't tell their friends in Beijing. Iran lost track of where they put the mines. The Pentagon told Congress this week it'll take 6 months to clean it up. Now watch this. While Iran is mining the strait, Lloyd's List, that's the maritime industry's paper of record, not some MAGA blog. So this is completely their version. Lloyd's List catches Iran collecting tolls in Chinese yuan, not dollars, not euros, yuan, up to $2 million per ship. You're going to fast forward a little bit here from February 28th to April 13th. The timeline is important. April 13th, Trump wakes up, if he even sleeps. He's had enough. The Islamabad talks failed. J.D. Vance came back empty-handed. At least that's what they want you to believe. So Trump does what nobody thought an American president had the spine to do. He blockades all the ports. We put basically a barricade out in the Gulf of Oman and says, you know what? You can run around on your little boats inside, but you're not going to get out. You're not going to get into the open ocean. And this is from the White House. The CENTCOM commander, Brad Cooper, locked it down. Any ship trying to enter or leave Iranian ports gets intercepted, diverted, captured. This is perfect timing. Our intelligence agencies knew what was on the Tuska. They knew that China was going to be putting these things in there, and they caught them. Because within 48 hours, China's foreign ministry is on television calling it dangerous and irresponsible. And I think I've got that right. Yeah, here we go. Back to the CNBC article. Are you starting to see the timeline? This is April 14th. Within a week, the Chinese minister, the defense minister, Admiral Ding Dong, I don't know what his name is. I think Dong Jun is his actual name. He gets on there and he's saying the exact same thing. So they're starting to really repeat all of this. And the news media is actively ignoring it because Beijing loses. And this is why the media will never tell you this. China imports 11 million barrels of crude every day. Half of it moves through the Strait of Hormuz. Their entire industrial economy runs on those barrels, their factories, their export machine. Everything that comes to the United States for Walmart from China, it gets cut off. Their civilian fuel supply, all of it. Now, here's the really, like, you cannot make this up. This is how I don't believe in coincidences. So February 28th, they've got a strategic reserve, roughly, and this is a very important number, 100 days. This is under normal conditions. But that clock didn't start last week. The clock started on February 28th, the first day of Operation Epic Fury. And this is where we're at right now, ladies and gentlemen. I feel like a magician. You do the math. Day 57. Do the math. Here's the kicker. Every single day this blockade holds, China is watching the United States Navy. They're watching the Navy execute exactly the kind of operation that Beijing has been terrified of for 30 years. It's a live demonstration in real time of how America chokes a choke point. And you think Xi is sleeping well right now? You think the planners in Beijing aren't looking at Hormuz and thinking about the Malacca Strait, thinking about Taiwan? This is bigger than Iran. This is bigger than oil. This is Trump showing the entire Indo-Pacific who actually controls the world's sea lanes. That's the way this is. And we're just getting started. Okay? We're just getting started. I'm going to walk you what I believe Beijing does next, why the legacy media is laundering Chinese talking points, and what this means for the Pacific. We're going to get into it, okay? This is so impactful. And it just like it, the fogginess of the way the news media works, it was like the fog was lifted. And I'm sure some of you believe that China was the real target behind all of this. If you believe that this is a greater play for China, type 1 for yes or 2 for no in the chat, because I want to see, am I just out to lunch? Or is this, I'm going to do this. Is China the real target? Because I believe China is the real target in this entire Operation Epic Fury. There's a lot of people, I see a lot of ones rolling in right now. Okay. We're going to get into all of this, but it is a weird dynamic with what is actually happening, with how all of this is moving. And now, you know, there is an operation where the United States Navy, thank you, Real KRO, thank you, Trevor. I really appreciate that. There's a real push right now for the United States Navy to escort tankers through the Strait of Hormuz. Some news articles are saying that we won't be ready for weeks. I don't believe that's true. I believe the United States Navy could probably adequately escort some of these tankers through right now. Larry, appreciate you. But they're running with this article that they won't be ready for weeks. I don't believe that. You see what this is? Do you see what you're looking at right here? This is an MH-60. These are Spruance class destroyers, and there is a long line of ships behind it. You see that? I'm thinking the United States Navy could probably do some escorting right now. I really believe that. Here's the other big article that is, you know, it's so obvious that I believe that I didn't notice it. I think it was that obvious. And here's this one. This is coming from NBC. This is their news, not mine. Iran's war is creating the largest supply disruption in the history of the global market. This is coming from the IEA, the International Energy Agency, okay? And it's all because of China. Every damn bit of it. Because the world's largest producer of rubber dog crap and all this other garbage can't get their goods. It's look at this. There's more escalating attacks. I believe that they're going to increase. I believe China is the real agitator. You look at this. This is the crew of a ship watching their ship burn
and attacking ships near the strait. An Iranian official now saying the world should brace for oil to reach $200 a barrel. A military spokesman saying we will never allow a single liter of oil to pass through the Strait of Hormuz for the benefit of the United States, the Zionist regime, or their partners. Iran's strategy is now clear: a war on global trade. So the more Iran suffers, the more everyone else will too. But as Israeli and U.S. strikes on Iran's military aircraft, leaders, and bases intensify, Iran's capabilities are going down rapidly, U.S. and Israeli military officials say. President Trump says he's not finished degrading Iran yet, but maybe soon. Ophir Falk is a senior advisor to Israel's Prime Minister Netanyahu.
We are degrading their capabilities almost back to the Stone Age. And pretty soon now, we're going to pass that torch to the Iranian people, and they'll need to seize the moment.
And this morning, Israel's Benny Gantz, a former defense minister and Netanyahu critic who says he put aside his differences with the prime minister during wartime, saying they're hitting Iran's leadership and military in order to clear the way for the Iranian people.
We hope to set the conditions for others to make a decision. That's, I think, the way we should look at it.
They have weakened them so much that the Iranian people are now going to have an opportunity to, I would say, get their own damn country back. This is a sad look right here. This is a sad and pitiful look of these sailors watching their ship burn because of the Iranians. You see that? Any mariner knows knows the effect of this. It's pitiful. It's not something you ever want to see. Let me show you this one. This is another one that's coming in. This is the moment another tanker was attacked by the Iranians.
Allahu Akbar! Allahu Akbar!
Yeah, you like what they're screaming about the snack bar?
انهزام نفتکش امریکایی در محدوده شمال خلیج فارس. درود بر جمهوری اسلامی ایران. خدمتگزاران نیروی دریایی سپاه پاسداران انقلاب اسلامی.
The news media is not showing this stuff. They're not showing you all of this that's happening. This is Iran's desperate play to try to get their exports out because their number one customer is suffering right now. And that's China. China's been quiet in all of this. You see this? That should be an image that you think about. Wow. My goodness. My goodness. Wow. America has oil for sale? Yeah, they do. The United States has oil for sale. You nailed it. So I want to ask you this in the chat. How many of you believe the United States Navy could escort some ships through there? These MH-60s, I'm sure they got some Apaches there. Apparently, well, not apparently, it's actually a fact. The United States Navy is now arming aircraft carriers with Hellfire missiles. I'll say that again. Hellfire missiles. Look at this article. Iran's frantic move to store overflowing oil supply in... I've been saying this. They are running out of space for their oil. They are running out of this capacity. Karg Island is full. It is like, well, Lizzo would never get full at a buffet. But this article right here, Iran's frantic move to store overflowing oil supply is a sign that the regime is nearing its brink. Look at this. Karg Island is only so big. There are only so many oil storage facility containers on the ship or on that island. And now we've got these guys rolling in to escort this. I don't know if the audio will play from this clip from Pete Hegseth, but I hope it does.
Historic, courtesy of a bold and historic president. That mission continues today in this new phase as Iran has an important choice, a chance to make a deal, a good deal, a wise deal. As part of that effort, the United States has imposed an ironclad blockade that grows more powerful by the day. From the Gulf of Oman to the open oceans, our Navy is enforcing this blockade without hesitation or apology. Now, as usual, there's a lot of false information out there. I'll say this, every ship that the U.S. believes meets our criteria, either Iranian ships or to and from Iranian ports, has been turned around. As of this morning, 34 total. Non-Iranian vessels are allowed to transit, and many have, including overnight. Not only is the blockade growing, in fact, a second aircraft carrier will join the blockade in just a few days, but this growing blockade is also gone global. Just this week, we seized 2 Iranian dark fleet ships in the Indo-Pacific region that had left Iranian ports before the blockade went into effect. They thought they'd made it out just in time. They did not.
So he talks about it there being global. We had to go ahead and flush Aaron. Aaron, go change the diaper. Sorry, I'm not going to deal with anti-American rhetoric on my channel. Just not going to happen here. You can go pepper your anus somewhere else.
President Trump said it again yesterday. We have all the time in the world, and we're not anxious for a deal. And I hear him say it every day in private as well. Iran knows that they still have an open window to choose wisely. As we said previously, choose wisely at the negotiating table. All they have to do is abandon a nuclear weapon in meaningful and verifiable ways, or instead they can watch their regime's fragile economic state collapse under the unrelenting pressure of American power. A blockade as long as it takes, whatever President Trump decides. Because the bottom line remains the bottom line. Iran will never get a nuclear bomb. The choice is theirs, but with this blockade, the clock is not on their side.
There are 2 things happening at the same time, and 2 things that are amazing right now. We're preventing Iran from getting a nuclear weapon with all the uranium that Hillary gave them, right? We're preventing them from spending all of the money that Obama gave them. We're preventing them from doing whatever they want that Joe Biden allowed them to do. At the same time, we are not allowing them to supply China. 2 things can be amazing at the same time. And right now there's a lot of amazing things going on. People are like, oh man, the gas price. Yeah, this is temporary. Just buckle up.
Moreover, President Trump has authorized the United States Navy to destroy any Iranian fast boats that attempt to put mines in the water or disrupt passage through the Strait of Hormuz, to shoot and kill. Our commanders have clear rules of engagement. If Iran is putting mines in the water or otherwise threatening American commercial shipping or American forces, we will shoot to destroy. No hesitation, just like the drug boats in the Caribbean.
Now I'm starting to understand the drug boat mentality. I almost think that the drug boats in the Caribbean were a training exercise for what you're about to see in the Strait of Hormuz. Let me know what you think there. Do you think this is an exercise? Do you think this was some level of training? Little poll in the chat here: is China the real target? 90% of you say, 88% of you say yes. Okay. Now, let's do this. Are we about to see Iran, we're going to call them mosquito boats, go boom? I think we're going to. Are we about to see mosquito boats go boom in the Strait of Hormuz? I can't stand anti-American rhetoric. Go watch The Enforcer. I don't know who that is. If you want to watch a show that agents America, here at Ben's show, we're all patriots. Yeah, I don't deal with the anti-American stuff, man. There's a lot of people that like doing that, and it's profitable, but I am just not going to turn on the United States. I'm never going to turn on the United States military and what we're accomplishing right now. It's just not going to happen. And if that's your jam will be filled somewhere else, because I won't be a part of it. And I won't allow it in my chat either. Some people will ignore it because they just want people to, just to click and all this other stuff. But I'm sorry, I'm not going to. Here's one from Scott Bessent. This guy is a savage.
You starting to think, if this does keep persisting as it is, that the Navy has to go into the Strait of Hormuz to help ships get through, which would have a big effect on
look, that was always in our planning, that there's the chance that U.S. Navy or perhaps an international coalition will be escorting oil tankers through. There are, in fact, tankers coming through now, Iranian tankers, I believe some Chinese flag tankers have come through. So we know that they have not mined the straits.
And was that what you were just discussing in the Situation Room?
We were discussing a plethora of things.
And is it your belief that the volume of ships going through the Strait of Hormuz will be improving immediately from now?
It is my belief that as soon as it is militarily possible, the U.S. Navy, perhaps with an international coalition, will be escorting vessels through.
The thing that he said there, with an international coalition, I want to say thank you real quick to Debbie. Debbie just bought me 5 coffees. Marie bought me a coffee. Busy bought me 3 coffees. Dead Trees just bought me 20 coffees. Wow. Thank you so much. Let me give you all a boom shakalaka right here.
Amen. Hallelujah. And boom shakalaka.
Wow. Thank you so much for that. That really, that keeps the old, what do you call it? The caffeine flowing. That keeps the caffeine flowing, keeps the anger moving. So I really appreciate that. And do me a favor. If you just bought me a coffee over on buymeacoffee.com, email me. I'm going to send you a free link to the Discord. So there you go. I'm going to send you a link to the Discord right there. You can buy me a coffee and get access to the private Patriot chat. There you go. Scott's a boss. Love him. Caffeinated. I need all the caffeine I can get. Anger and caffeine. That's what we thrive on here. And I sweeten all of my coffee with the soul of TDS deranged losers. Wyatt Earp. I'm the original. God bless you. Now, the other thing that the United States is doing by cutting these people off is right here. It's so many things are true at once. Lebanese Al Akhbar newspaper sounds like a great one. Sounds like CNN, to be honest with you. Hezbollah official sources from Turkey, Egypt, India, and Pakistan approached Tehran demanding to stop the attacks. So now you have terror groups funded by Iran saying, hey guys, we can't put diesel in our Toyota Hiluxes. We can't put diesel in our Land Cruisers. They're telling Tehran, stop the attacks in the Strait of Hormuz. Tehran, whoever's in charge there, is saying, no, we got to keep this up. Did you have this one on your bingo card? I did not. Memphis, America, F yeah, love it or leave it. Damn right, brother. Damn right. Trump's sword. Sell our sweet crude to China at $300 a barrel. Southern Poverty Law Center fallout's amazing too. The winning is unstoppable. May God bless our president, Donald Trump, and our brave armed forces. Thanks, Ben. God bless you. Let me do that. That's a good one.
Amen.
Can't read that without
Hallelujah.
being patriotic.
And,
Thank you, Trump Sword.
boom, shakalaka.
Appreciate you, brother. I'm going to a big event tonight with a good friend of mine, Rob O'Neill. Going to go, and I think Dean Kane's going to be there. Maybe Kevin Sorbo as well. Prayers for the tornado victims in my town. Justin, big salute and prayers for all of the tornado victims over there in Enid, Oklahoma. Hey, Ben, did you get your golden twos yet? Just wonder. They're on my desk at work, James. I could not bring those home and hide those from anyone. The golden $2 bills are on my desk, and they're getting a lot of envy. I had multiple veterans come into the office where I work at. And they were like, are those real? I was like, yeah, they are. And one of my YouTube subscribers sent them to me. James, thank you so much, brother. God bless you. Let me go ahead and.
How dare you?
How dare you? How dare you, James? God bless you. Great human being. Thank you, James. Here we go. Here's another article. And this, the mostly peaceful but fiery religion that Tucker Carlson suddenly supports. Iran's supreme leader, the cardboard cutout. We will not forego avenging the blood of the martyrs. The Strait of Hormuz should still remain closed. He pushed this out on March 12th. So he's not very effective at anything, is he? We're not seeing any level of effectiveness from the cardboard cutout. I don't think that he is really as good at his job as anyone thought. Look at this one. This is, we're about to get a little interesting here. So I'm going to show you some graphics here about how effective that the blockade is. And this article was from Michelle Bachman. She is a strategic analyst working in and around the oil industry. And it's I'll just show you this. It's kind of hard to walk through on multiple levels, but you can see here where the tankers are coming from and where they're going. Okay. They are all headed, when they come out of the Gulf of Oman, they all turn east towards China. But now that flow of traffic is not happening. Okay. Flow of traffic's not happening. Look at how many containers are going back. 1. So the flow of oil to China is cut off. And this is where they're all waiting. China is running out of fuel. And I don't know what you think about this, but I think it's one of the most brilliant moves that the President of the United States has been able to pull off. And the reason being is he is disrupting China's economy. He is destroying Iran's ability to fund themselves without firing a single shot. Guided missile destroyer USS Rafael Peralta, DDG-115, enforces the blockade on Iranian ports against Iranian flagged ship attempting to sail to a port in Iran. This was April 24th. This is yesterday evening. Looks like sunset. So we are actively engaging and slowing their abilities down to do anything. I like everything about this. And I'm sure most of you do as well. If we've got any veterans in the chat, do this. Veterans, post your branch of service. If you're a family member of a veteran, let me know what branch of service that they were in. Okay. Let me know what your veteran served in, because it's a very difficult job to be a military spouse. That's a beautiful sight right there. If you've never been on a naval ship at sunset anywhere in the open ocean, it is a sight to behold. I've had the opportunity to be a part of that on numerous occasions, and I love it. Now I want to show you something else here. This is coming out right now. It's a underwater weapon called the Copperhead. Says if you see the Copperhead coming, it's already too late. This is the first public footage of the Copperhead. I want you to see this. This is scary. This is oh man. You see that? It's a completely autonomous, remote-controlled underwater weapon, drone. There's cameras, there's sensors on it, and it is cooking. And like it says here, if you can see it, it's already too late. Look at this. Look at that. Isn't this? Look at that. By the time you see it, it's too late. Anduril Industries. Let's see what they've got here. The comments. Underwater AI-controlled cruise missile. ISR platform, whatever other payload, up to 500 pounds of stuff that you can put in it. And the payload is not just a warhead, it's rechargeable and reusable. You see this thing? That's the kind of technology our Navy has right now. They've got various versions of it. One's called the Kraken, which is very fitting. Another one is called, let's see here, Missionized. They've got another, I mean, the drone industry is pretty awesome right now, what they're putting out. Look at this. You see this? I mean, we had some technology when I retired in 2014, but this is getting out of hand now. I mean, this is getting beyond what I'm prepared to even recognize. Let's see here. Oh, we got that one. For the pups, thank you very much. We send out a lot of money from the super chats and memberships to help veterans with service dogs. Thank you. And for shipments, Biltong, really appreciate that. Biltong USA. If Anton is one of my sponsors here on the channel, he doesn't pay me, but he does supply me with some goods, and I'll bring that up here. This is Biltong USA. I'll put a link there in the chat. If you haven't had Biltong, you should definitely try it. The stuff is fantastic. No preservatives. It's air. I want to say it's air cured, air dried, air processed. It's fantastic. Go check out Anton over at Biltong USA. The stuff is phenomenal. And he's always got specials and bundles. I really like the bison, but probably my favorite is just the Angus. He's got some spicy stuff. I'm a bit of a sissy when it comes to that, but go check out Biltong USA for damn sure. Thank you so much. Let's see here. So that's kind of where we're at right now on the world stage, as far as different apparatuses, as far as different levels of equipment that we're using. The United States Navy is at the forefront of technology, as you just witnessed there. These things are probably going to be rolling out very quickly. I do have a clip that I want to play this morning For some of you that just need a chuckle, some of you that just need a laugh, let's roll it.
And so, like, I mean, I certainly campaigned for the president. I supported him. I really did. And I'm implicated in this for sure. Like, I am. And I regret it, totally regret it. Well, what would you say is your main issue now with President Trump? Well, because Donald Trump and Bibi, by the way, have just constantly focused on Israel. I mean, they've just obsessed day in and day out. I mean, the president has made his entire message, his entire narrative is about Israel, 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 and just obsessed with the issues of a foreign nation. And that's shameful. It's disgusting. And they just made every single effort to divide the base and confuse the base and break up the coalition of MAGA and weaken conservatives in this country. They've done everything they can to mislead people about the history of this country, which is my country. And I just hate it. I hate it. I really do. I hate it. I'm sorry. I hate it. And so that's shameful. Yeah. And I'm sorry, but to continue to be hyper-focused and fixated on a foreign nation while not providing any constructive answers or solutions to fix our country, to fix this nation, which is my country, which is a Christian country.
So this is a play on Tucker Carlson, if you haven't figured it out yet.
To not provide any actual solutions. I mean, that's shameful. That's evil. And I hate it as a white person, as a Christian, as a man. I hate that. And anyone who does that, Trump or Bibi, doing that, they should be shamed. They should be condemned because it's shameful and it's evil. And I hate it. I mean, you're kind of describing yourself. I know. I hate myself. Oh, all right. I do. I really do. I hate myself. Totally hate myself. And by the way, nothing against Bibi. And I love our president. But I hate myself. Yeah, we all hated you. Yeah, the whole family. I do.
There you go. That's Tucker and his brother Huxley or Buxley or whatever. Tucker's a traitor. I had to sever ties. I was sponsored by Tucker Carlson. He has a product that I was sponsored by, and I had to sever ties with it. I couldn't deal with that anymore. I'm going to show you some more anti-American rhetoric. For some of you, you probably like this stuff. I don't. But it's once you start seeing it, it is so clear as to who really loves America and who doesn't. And sadly, people like this guy here are getting paid by the American taxpayer.
President Trump is not only losing this war that he started, he's losing the peace as well. I mean, it was just weeks ago that he demanded unconditional surrender from the Iranians, unconditional surrender. And now he's begging them to come back to the negotiating table so that he can work out some sort of deal to reopen the strait, a strait that was open before he started this war. And why does it matter? Because oil prices are going to continue to go up. Americans are going to continue to pay more at the pump as long as the strait is closed. So the Iranians, to be honest, have all the time in the world. You know, they are in control right now. They control the strait, not the Americans. And that's why Trump needs to find a way to bring this negotiation to a close so that they actually can reopen the strait and they can get to work demining or whatever else they need to do to ensure safe passage of these ships.
Did you notice that Seth Moulton didn't mention one time how bad the regime there is? He didn't mention that once. Let me ask you this, and this is a very just raw question. Who is winning the conflict in Iran right now? Is the United States winning this conflict? Is Iran winning the conflict? Is China winning the conflict? I would love to know who you think is actually winning this conflict. Leave a comment down below. I'm going to get some calls in this morning, and I think they're going to be fiery because I think a lot of you are upset with what's actually going on. And I think there's as much damage being done here in our home soil as anywhere else. I got to show you this. This is an amazing post by the President of the United States. This is a post by Donald Trump calling out Candace Owens. You see this? Candace Owens' stock, which was never very high, has fallen a long way. her attack on the First Lady of France, whether or not you believe whatever the First Lady of France, I believe the president. I believe in this case is without verification. She's an extremely low IQ individual. Now, rumors have it that Candace Owens, Nick Fuentes, and Ian Carroll have all left the United States. They have all fled the United States on the heels of the Southern Poverty Law Center being deemed, I don't want to use the word terrorist organization, but some of you would like that word to be used. But that is the rumor right now, that Candace and her band of babbling buffoons have left. I'm going to say I'm kind of happy to see that, really. I don't think there's any room in my United States for people like Candace Owens. That's just my thoughts. Thank you, Mary Klein. I really appreciate that. I'm seeing a lot of people in the comments saying that the United States is winning this. I want to be a weatherman. Yeah, you only got to be right 50% of the time, right? Let's grab this. You know what? Let's do this real quick. Let's get some comments in from some of the people that, you know, want to chime in on this, because I believe right now we're at a point in the conflict, day 57, where we really need to rethink what is happening. We need to figure out what the path forward is. Okay. That's where I think we're at right now, is figuring out a path forward. I don't know about that. Don't know about that. Don't know about that. Perfect. Okay. Gotcha. But I would love to get some calls in this morning and get some answers from you all. Okay. So make sure you turn down the audio in the background before you call. I wear hearing aids on top of this, so that's the big one. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. I got the balls to take the calls. There's a lot of people that don't. Line 1, go.
Hello.
Yeah, what you got? You couldn't follow the rules. I don't want to talk to you. Lines are open. Line 2, go.
Hey, shitmate, it's me again from New Jersey.
Good morning.
Good morning. God bless. Hey, I do have to thank you for one thing, brother.
Mm-hmm.
The tile that you have on the head of this live video is a Perry-class frigate from the 80s.
You're absolutely right. You are
and it looks like it's
right.
the USS Halls.
I will look at my image that I built, and I'll put up the credit on there. I'll figure out which DDG it was.
Awesome, brother. Well, and maybe you can answer this. Why aren't the Arleigh painting their numbers black like we did?
I don't know. I don't have that information. I'm not the Secretary of the Navy, and sadly, there's one that's not any.
I don't think we were allowed. We just got these crazy wild hairs once we got orders to head over there, and they were saying that there were TV guided missiles at the time.
I don't know.
And we wanted the contrast, so even the name on the motor whaleboat was painted black.
Okay, well, great. God bless you. Thank you for calling. Let's go, Donkey Voice. What you got, Donkey?
Hey, brother. Well, I told you 2 weeks ago, this is just an economic show. We're not going to go to nuclear war. We're not going to have that challenge. China and Russia are laughing at the expenditure of the United States right now. Now, I love you, and I love our country and the patriotism, and I love Donald Trump. But we're in a challenge right now that we cannot solve. This is pure economics. This is all it is. And the more they shut down that avenue, the tougher it gets for us, you and me. And I love your message, brother. I love all the patriotism, but I really think this is pure economics. We're not going to go to nuclear war. This is just a money expenditure, and we don't have any control over it. The big banks do. Thank you, Jamin Demon, and all the other massive banks that just control this stuff.
Well, thank you for calling. I appreciate it, Donkey. God bless you. Great call. This is Economics 101. This is an economic warfare. Donald Trump is affecting China without firing one round. Without firing one bullet, he is taking out China's economy. Lines are open. Give me a call. Love to talk to you. Give me your opinion. What do you think is going on here? Let's go line 2. Go.
Yeah, Ben, this is Lisa. Good morning. The United States is winning this through Scott Bessent. I mean, he is the money player in all this, and he knows what he's doing.
Lisa, I'm going to say this. Wars right now are fought at desks and keyboards. Yes. And that's the real answer right now. It would be so easy for us to go in and just bomb the living hell out of Tehran. That would be the easy move.
Easiest, yes.
But economically, if we shut them down, and somebody just posted it in the chat, Mark, economics is Trump's game. Lisa, you're 1,000% right. God bless you. Stay safe on the road. I know you're a truck driver. You're a lady trucker.
Yeah. Yes, I'm headed into Kansas City now.
Kansas City.
And
God bless you.
God bless you.
There you go. One of our truckers. Keyboard warriors. Yeah, that's sad, but it's true. Here we go. Corey's obviously studied this. Logistics wins wars. You're right. 1,000% correct. 1,000% correct. And with China backing Iran, we're winning a proxy war against China, and they don't even know it. Or maybe they're starting to recognize it. And I love seeing this. Somebody said, I told you so. I have no idea what that comes from, but feel free to post that. We're fighting for a multipolar world as well. Globalists want to rule the world. Okay. I can see that. Great comments this morning. Gas prices, Malone, do that. Post your gas prices in the chat. Gas prices, Malone, New York, Wednesday, $4.25, Friday, $4.35. In New York, how much are gas taxes? That would be my question for anybody there. Let's go here. Line 4. What do you got?
Hey, Ben, I had a question about the Jimmy Carter. I did a little bit of research on that, and I saw it got like some kind of presidential acceptance. Were you on Jimmy Carter for that?
Served on the Jimmy Carter multiple years. It's one of the most decorated warships in the United States Navy.
Thank you.
And the previous submarine that held that same sort of role was the USS Parchie. And it was probably the most decorated warship outside of World War II. But yeah, I did serve on the Jimmy Carter. Go and do some research. I can't confirm or deny anything that you may find online.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
God bless you. There we go. It was my last boat. It's my last submarine that I served on. Probably my favorite submarine that I served on was the USS Nebraska. The crew on there was just best crew I've ever been a part of. Derek Martin, bye. Yeah, I'll help you. Line 2, go.
Shelly Babes here in North Carolina. Ben, did you see who's running in the 22nd District of North Carolina?
I did not. I do not keep track of North Carolina politics that closely. Tell us who is running in the 22nd District.
Well, I can't pronounce her fucking name, but she is a terrorist, and her picture displays her in her full gear, Muslim gear, and she switched parties from Democrats to Republicans, so that she, no matter what, the Democrats are going to win. She's in full gear in her campaign picture, full black. I don't know what you call those headgears, where everything's covered but her eyes.
Do you think she wins?
The 22nd, probably.
I agree.
Because yeah, it's disgusting. If you pull it up and look at it, you're going to be probably in a little bit of shock.
I believe she will win by a country mile, because I thought North Carolina was going to be a conservative state. It doesn't seem like that's really, it seems like North Carolina is going very left.
The NGOs are thriving out here. Let me tell you.
I've heard that from multiple people. And I've heard, and I think a lot of people think North Carolina is conservative the same way people think that Kentucky is conservative. Kentucky is screwed. I mean, Kentucky has Mitch McConnell. They have Thomas Massey. They have Rand Paul. They have James Comer. Kentucky is screwed. And I think North Carolina is screwed.
We can't all just, the answer can't be we all move to Texas or Florida.
No, it can't.
We have to fight for our states. We have to fight for the United States. We're all going to have to stand up sooner or later. And the only reason I moved to North Carolina is because my daughter's in remission. She's a Marine.
Mm-hmm.
She's in remission. She's doing good. She fought to stay in the Marines, and she's doing wonderful. But I want to be close to her. But I have a little bit of hope left for North Carolina, because there's a lot of Second Amendment people here that aren't going to let that go. So,
you know what, though? You can't live on hope.
No.
You'll starve to death if you're thinking about living on hope. Right?
Right, exactly. That's why I listen to you, because I learn a lot from you, and I really respect you, and I thank you for your service.
God bless you. Thank you for calling. Really appreciate it.
All right.
Let's do this in the chat here. Let's put a poll in the chat. 95% of you think we're winning the conflict. Thank you. Let's do this. I want you to put in the chat which state is the most screwed. Because I think Kentucky is one of the top 3 for the most screwed. They've got a liberal governor. They've got McConnell, Comer, Paul, Massey. I think Kentucky is screwed. A lot of people are saying California. I don't believe that that a Republican wins California. I know I'm going to get shit on just for saying that out loud. I don't believe California goes red. There's no chance in hell, with all of the funny business that the Democrats have pulled, that they allow California to go red. Vindman's running for Senate in Florida. He'll lose in Florida. If he ran anywhere else, he would probably win. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Get your comments in. Tell me your word, the country, the state that you're in, and if you have any faith in the state that you live in right now. There's a lot of people that are losing faith, and she's absolutely right. Not everybody can move to Florida or Texas. And Texas is on the verge of going purple. I don't know if you saw this John Cornyn ad. We'll pull that up. Let's grab this call here. Bobby, Tennessee, what you got?
Hey, if you think back when, they allowed China to be a growing nation, we built China. They can't survive without us. We everything they sell us is how they make their money to pay for the oil.
That is the same way. It is, the roles are reversed with Iran. Iran can't survive without China.
I know. Let me ask you a question, okay?
Sure.
Now I get the question for you. Who holds a lot of our national debt? China.
China, absolutely.
Can't we put them in so much pressure and have them forgive most of the debt, the trillions that we borrowed? I think that's what Trump is after.
I don't know, but that would damn sure seem like a really good negotiating or a leveraging tool to
all of a
leverage
sudden,
that.
Yeah, all of a sudden, $28 trillion disappears off our national debt. You know what I'm
Then
saying?
magically the dollar is worth 5 times what
Yeah. Yep. I mean, think about it. I mean, the strategy is just genius. It really is. We can starve them out economically. You cut off Walmart from buying the trillions of dollars worth of stuff to keep crap, China will go down. We built them. They cannot survive without us, and Xi Jinping knows that.
You know, it's interesting right now because a lot of liberal news outlets are starting to talk about what we're talking about how China is being affected so severely. And I never thought we would see organizations like CNN, CNBC, all of these organizations realize it, because I think they're all funded by China.
Yeah,
right?
they are. Of course they are. Yeah. I mean, China has been buying politicians and news coverage, you know, but in their mind, he who controls the information controls everything else that goes on.
Yeah. Yeah. You're probably right. Bobby, thank you for calling. God bless you. Somebody said, let me see here. What did this say? Virginia is not screwed. We're fighting back the Dems. Have faith. You have a governor there that is a communist manifesto, a walking communist manifesto. You do. I got to pull this up because this is another little bit of evidence here of exactly what we're talking about. Here we go. Right here. Let me move that. This article details exactly what we're talking about. This is the Wall Street Journal, ladies and gentlemen. This is not the Epic Times. This is not a conservative news site by any means. This is Wall Street Journal. Operation Epic Fury should make China very afraid. This is the Wall Street Journal. And they're calling this out because of the oil supply that is being cut off. This is, like I said, this is not your conservative news. When the Wall Street Journal comes out saying China's screwed, they're going to take notice. I think it's beautiful to see. Lines are open, 615-475. Somebody said epic economic fury. I think you're right. 615-475-7864. Lines are open. Get your calls in. Love to talk to you. Give me what do you think? Propa, thank you for becoming a member. I only take calls one time from anybody trying to call in. You get one and done. Okay, one and done. But thank you for the attempt to call back. All right. There's just a lot of callers that want to get in, so I can't take multiple calls from the same people. Eunice, long time no see. What you got, Eunice?
How you doing, Ben?
Amazing.
This is just what I feel. Now, New York in the city mostly, yes, it's definitely screwed. We've got the goat lover and all those other people in there.
Sure.
And it's trickling down to Long Island. But this is my point, and I did just put it like that. Yes, we can be screwed, and we've been screwed for quite a while. Doesn't mean you have to stay screwed.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, the one that's running for governor, Bruce Blakeman, I don't know him very well. I didn't even know he was Nassau County executive, but I found out about him. Now I am supporting him fully. I am doing many things as I can for him. I'm calling, I'm sending out flyers, I'm doing all different things. And where you are, there's always something. Doesn't matter if you're young, if you're old, there's always something you can do to try to get your point across. But the challenge is, instead of talking about it like we do here on the chat, get up off your duffs and do something. Nothing's going to change. We can talk, oh, we don't like this one, we don't like that one, and everybody down the line. But that's just a bunch of hot air. You've got to physically do something. Support whoever it is that you want. Do telephone calls, knock on doors if you can, spread the word, spread your videos. But you just can't talk. You've got to do.
An old saying, I think it relates to this, is those who can do, those who can't teach and complain.
Well, here's the other thing too. I always say God helps those that help themselves. If you got two good legs, you got two good hands, there's always something you could do to better yourself or somebody else. But stop just sitting there and putting your little fingers, your little phalanges on the keyboard.
There's a lot of people as well, Eunice, and you've noticed this in the chat, that are professional agitators, professional contrarians. It wouldn't matter if Donald Trump cured cancer, they would go after him. It wouldn't matter what I said on my channel, someone would find an argument against it. They are professional contrarians.
People like that, they're not worth my time. I can't be bothered. They're just, to me, it's like they're a fart.
Let me
Out
ask you
they
this.
go.
Let me ask you this. Some of the talking heads that we used to trust, the Tucker Carlsons, the Marjorie Taylor Greene, all these people, do you think they would ever be successful at a job where they sweat or their hands got dirty? Because it seems like all that they're good at is just spreading rhetoric. And that's why I'm not patting myself on the back, but I've been on a submarine. I've been deployed. I've been downrange, and I speak at things, in my opinion, from a different perspective of not just always talking. I've been talked about, you know?
I'll put it to you this way, Ben. Some people are good with their hands, but there's a lot of people that are good with their voices. Some people have a sparkling personality. Some people are introverts. I happen to be very good with my personality, and you know I got a mouth.
Yep.
And I'm not afraid to use it. That's why I excel at my job. I mean, I'm 66. I retired from one job that I was on 40 years, and now I do something else.
Yeah.
But my point is, it's like that old thing. If you see something, say something. But you see all this rhetoric. Tucker, whatever his name is, and the other one that was in love with Charlie Kirk. I can't be bothered.
No.
I don't look at them. They don't faze me. You got to do what you believe is right. But if you're not going to help us, don't hurt us.
Yeah.
The ones
keep
that
your mouth shut.
might agree with us.
Eunice, thank you for calling.
Take care.
God bless you. Great call from Eunice. She's up in not Manhattan. I think she said Long Island, I think is where she's at. John Doe, thank you very much. If you become a member on the channel, you get access to a private Discord server. It's nothing but patriots is what that is. It's a private patriot chat where like-minded individuals, it's troll-free, that we get in and talk about various things. And I'd love for, that's kind of what keeps the channel alive. I put up this clip that shows all of the members. I could probably play a little bit of that here to give you an idea of how many members that we have here on the channel. We are a force to be reckoned with. And I think that scares some folks. I really believe it scares some folks. Let's go, Ed, Poplar Bluff. What do you got, Ed?
You just nailed it. And Donald Trump is in control. He knows what he's doing. And she nailed it, man. She really did. And China is not going to have any effect on us. Or they're not going to buck up against us. They're not going to try to do anything. This is not going to bring any war with any other countries. Donald Trump has this covered. We just need to have his back. Love you, buddy.
Take care, Ed. God bless you. I really appreciate the phone call. Different perspective there. Or a different look. You've got Eunice in Long Island. You've got Ed in Missouri. And they're both coming to agreement on the same sort of thing. I'm gonna show you this. If you haven't seen this, I can't play it all the way through because it runs for multiple minutes. But I would encourage any of you that can join the channel as a member. This is a little thing I put together for my members to recognize some of them. I am going to play this while I refill my cup of Joe. And thank you for all of you supporting the channel and supporting some of this coffee that I need to drink here. Check this out. This is a little coffee break for everyone. And what this is, like I said, is channel honor roll. This is a big shout out to everybody that's a member on the channel here. And God bless America. Some of you are in the chat. Some of you are seeing your names roll through here right now. And we got a bunch of them. We've got a bunch of members. Trevor, Ernie, D. Parrish, Stephen, Jeff, Asphalt Man, Sugar Bear, Lisa, Tommy, Bobby, Brian, Randolph, Peter, Sassafras, Doug, Jana, Eunice, Michael, Jim, multiple Jims. And you're all a member of that Basket of Deplorables club there, which I thought that was a very fitting name for all of you. Let's get back to doing what causes this membership to grow. And that's allowing you to get your voice out. There's a lot of channels, and I have yet to understand it, that don't want to allow you to voice your opinion. Let's go right here. What do we got? Paratrooper, what you got?
Hey, Ben, you know what? There's so much more to than, there's more things happening than people are realizing. By Trump attacking Iran and shutting them down and taking out all their stuff, what he's done is he's crippled China and also told China, keep your hands off of Taiwan because this is what you're going to have to deal with. So there was so many more benefits to attacking Iran and shutting down their nuclear program and shutting them down than meets the eye.
Multiple things can happen at the same time. And I believe one of the reasons that the woke Reich, R-E-I-C-H, the woke Reich and the left and all these podcasters turned on Trump, and I've said it from the beginning, is because since day one, he shut down all the leaks so that nobody really knows how much is occurring. And it has really pissed them off. And I'll say this, and tell me if I'm wrong, or maybe I'm crazy here. Maybe my hat's on too tight. Did all of the leaks really come to a real screeching halt when he got rid of Pam Bondi?
No, but they sure slowed down, didn't they?
Isn't that a coincidence?
Yeah, we don't believe in those, remember?
We don't believe in coincidences. God bless you. I appreciate you, Paratrooper. Thank you for your service. Salute. Great call from Paratrooper. Let me know in the chat. Do you think a case of the tight hats? Yeah, maybe my hat's on too tight, right? Do you think it's a coincidence that some of this stuff stopped? Let's go, Troll. What you got?
Good morning, everybody. I'll tell you what, I'm just as pissed as Trump is right now at India. Freaking, they just got busted doing the same thing China was, pushing those fentanyl precursors over here into our country. Oh man! And I'll tell you what, people, if because we get so much of our pharmaceutical medication from them. If I were you, I'd be extremely cautious and figure out where your stuff is coming from.
I agree. I completely agree with you. 1,000%.
I just had another buddy of mine kick the bucket because of that fentanyl crap last week. So I am extremely pissed off right now at India. India can kiss my white ass.
I've lost 2 friends because of drugs, and it's why I can't forgive anyone that has been a former drug dealer. You know,
Absolutely not.
I can't allow that. Troll, thank you for calling, brother. I really appreciate you. Thank you for bringing the heat. Great call from the troll. He is the leader of our troll. He controls the trolls. He is the king troll. Let me grab this. Somebody just sent me this, and I think it's pretty funny. So we're going to show you. Let's go here. This is a little meme that somebody put together. It looks like Trump as the, what is that? Game of Thrones, I think. Let's go.
Surrender. Bend the knee. We will not. Mega!
There you go. That's pretty funny, I think. I think that's pretty funny. I give that an A on the funny side. Let's go here. This one's a little more heat.
President Trump has presided over the most successful, secure, strong border in the history, not only of this country, but of any country in the entire Western world. In other words, not just in America, but every other country has talked about securing its borders. Italy, France, England, all across the world. Only one man and one country has actually succeeded in securing its sovereign borders, and that man and that leader is President Trump. The Democrat Party committed war crimes against this nation by flooding our country with foreign terrorists. Tren de Aragua, MS-13, the Mexican Mafia, the Sinaloa Cartel, the most violent, ruthless terrorist organizations on planet Earth to maim, rape, and murder our people. Every single day, you read another horror story about a rapist, a murderer, a thug, a monster, a child predator let into this country by the Democrats, attacking our families, attacking our children, preying on the innocent in our high schools, in our colleges, dragging people to their deaths, beating them senseless, hacking them to death with machetes. That's what you're seeing from Democrat policies. President Trump, by contrast, record deportations, record low crime, record border security, record safety for American citizens.
I believe this guy could very well be a vice presidential candidate. I believe he should be chief of staff for the White House right now. That's who I want to see as chief of staff. What he just said, 1000% true. I don't think Stephen Miller pulls punches, and I like that. Anthony just became a member. Thank you, Anthony.
How dare you?
How dare you? Wanda just gave away some memberships.
How dare you?
Get your name on that list. Become a member on the channel. Randy, Patriot Bruno.
How dare you?
How dare you? You pissed off Greta just by becoming a member on the channel. I believe Stephen Miller is kind of the wild card right now in and around the United States, in and around the White House. I really firmly believe that. And with his ability to call out these lunatics, it's pretty damn amazing. Let me show you another lunatic. Do we got any Texas voters here? We got anybody in Texas in the chat? Any Texas people? If you're in Texas, 1 for yes, 2 for no. There's no such thing as regular Democrats. I don't know how you could be, well, I don't want to say too much there, but tell me what you think of this. This is John Cornyn running an ad in Texas.
El uno al otro, Texas tiene una mano tranquila y firme cuidándonos. El senador John Cornyn. El senador Cornyn ha luchado para detener el tráfico sexual, especialmente a lo largo de la frontera. Él apoya la reforma policial. Y mientras el senador Cornyn está a favor de fronteras seguras, él apoya firmemente la legalización de los Dreamers.
I'm John Cornyn, and I approve this message.
We got any John Cornyn supporters in the chat? Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. How many John Cornyn voters have we got in the chat this morning? Pepper Uranus, if you're in Texas, you've got to get that guy out of there. You've got to get him out. I don't know how you get him out, but you've got to get him out of office. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. Give me a call. Love to talk to you. Get your opinion on John Cornyn. I think he is a dangerous, dangerous person for the United States. Very dangerous. I don't believe that John Cornyn should be anywhere near. We got James in the communist state of Virginia. What do you got, James?
Good morning, Ben. John Corman. You just showed a picture of a communist rhino. You know, I can spot a communist Democrat and I can spot a communist rhino. Also, Ben, I know we don't believe in coincidences, but I guarantee you somebody in the White House is kind of following you a little bit, because some of the stuff you talk about, and then 2 or 3 weeks later, something kind of happens and leans that way. I got a feeling that you're being paid attention to.
Good.
Somebody's paying attention to you.
Well, James, thank you for the comments.
You're building an army behind you, buddy, of 99.95% patriots.
That's what
and
we
you're
want.
getting bigger and bigger. And guess what? With your bigness, the trolls are going to come and they're going to try to shoot you down. But you just keep doing what you're doing.
I just flush
by the
them,
way,
James. I flush them.
I know you do. Listen, I love what you're doing over on X. Listen, if you ever look at some of my comments.
Yeah, I do, James. Absolutely.
Okay. Do you know who I am on there, don't you?
Go ahead and tell us, so I'll get everybody else to follow you too.
Okay. If you've looked at the comments on there, there's a bull sitting on a commode. Bullshit. And I go after the trolls and I use that picture. That's me.
All right, James. I tell you what I'll do. I will share that and get the word out for you. You take care, brother. God bless you. Let's go line 2. What do you got?
Good morning, Ben. I agree with the last caller about you building the army.
Well, that's what we need, man.
We do.
I'm not Rush. I don't have the leverage that Rush did with the Magadittos, but we're going to try to do everything we can to keep fighting, you know?
Common sense is a very strong tool, and that's what you use. You use that, and it eventually grabs a hold of people, and it's slow, but it's binding. It keeps people together, and that's why I think you're going slow and steady, and it's getting big. I'm loving it. I love watching your channel, listen to all these people call in. Listen, I look at Iran and what's going on there, and to me, the war is over, but it's the fight for peace. I mean, I look at it like my analogy would be the Force 10 from Navarone. The water, the dam, and the bridge. Trump is the water, the dam is the Ayatollahs, and the bridge is the IRGC. And it's just give it time. But Trump is really, I mean, he's forcing the timeline because China. There are world economic forces at play here, and in that area of this, it's not just a kinetic warfare, as you said, it's the keyboard as well. They are forcing. There's other pressures going to be brought to bear, and eventually, it's going to take boots on the ground, but not our boots. It's going to be the boots of the people that are already in Iran. I think are going to eventually rise up, and with help of the other Persian, countries. I mean, hell, they're not in control of anything. They don't know who the hell is Mossad, CIA. They're killing each other. I mean, once Trump gets rid of the worst of the worst, I mean, bring in the cleanup crew. But I think once it's weakened enough, the internal Iranian people are going to be able to rise up. At least that's what I'm hoping for.
I think you're right. I really believe that what we're seeing right now is a global shift, a real global shift. Yep. And I think it scares a lot of people. And, hopefully we continue to see that. Thank you for calling, brother. I appreciate you. God bless you. Let's go line 2. What do you got?
Hi, Ben. This is Renee from Virginia.
Yes, ma'am.
How are you?
Amazing. What would you like to say?
Well, I wanted to ask you, what do you think about what happened when Biden was in office? I remember him pulling our troops out, leaving people behind, and didn't he make a deal with the Taliban? This is what I remember. So are we fighting the Taliban now?
I don't know how much crossover there is from the Taliban into Iran. I don't know.
I thought they
I
were
don't
one that
know.
actually. Yeah, see, from what I heard on the news, and it was just a short clip, that Biden had made agreements with the Taliban. So it was the Taliban that took over. And I remember them going from door to door after our troops pulled out, just shooting people.
Yeah, you might be right. Thank you for calling. I really appreciate that. You take care and stay
Yes,
out of
sir.
trouble. Communist state of Virginia chiming in. A lot of people in Virginia aren't happy, are they? Doesn't seem like a happy place. I'm trying to get a guy to come on my channel. He's agreed to come in. Debbie, thank you for those 5 coffees. Marty in the Discord, wish I could send more. Oh, Debbie, you're the best. I don't care what anybody says about you. I'm trying to get a guy to come on the channel. He is a former CIA analyst. He was just on Judge Napolitano's show. And somebody says she's right. Harold, God bless you. This guy has, I don't know. I don't agree with him on some things. I really don't. But I'm interested to find out more about his prerogative. His name is Larry Johnson. And I don't know how many of you have seen some of the information that he has put out. Let's see if I can find this. Larry Johnson, CIA. He was just on, I want to say he was on with Judge Napolitano. I always get that one. That's always a difficult one for me to enunciate, but we're going to try to get him on. Let me see if I can find this. Larry Johnson, CIA. He said that Trump wanted to use nuclear weapons. And I saw this and I was like, man, I got to get this guy on my show. I want to play this clip and I want you to let me know what you think. Is this someone you would like to see? Because I want to challenge him on this crap. I have to challenge him on this crap.
They recognize they've got some problems and got to try to deal with it. And then there was a report out that they had an emergency meeting Saturday night. And apparently, well, one report coming out of that meeting at the White House is that Trump wanted to use the nuclear, so-called use the nuclear codes. And General Dan Kane stood up and said, no. He invoked his privilege as the head of the military, so to speak. It was apparently quite a blow up. There are pictures of Kane coming out of that meeting with his head down to the ground. So, you know, there's some very, very bizarre things going on in D.C.
Well, on Saturday night.
Does anyone believe this? I don't know if I believe it, but I want him to come on the show. I want him to come on the show because I want to challenge him on where he has gotten this information. That is what I want to see. All right? I'm at a point right now where I'm tired of playing games with people. I want them to provide some receipts. And I emailed him and he responded. So I hope that he does come on. I've got the invite floated out there. I don't know if he will. But if he does, I'm going to challenge this guy. Okay. Let's see here. What does that one say? I'm not going to play games with this at all. I've got his number. I've sent him a text message. I've sent him an email. I don't know if he comes on, but I would like to get that conversation rolling on camera to see where he gets that information. Lines are open, 615-475 7864. Do you think they never show receipts? You're probably right. Well, he was walking out with his head down. Well, he might have had his shoe untied. We missed you, Ben. Hope you're good. Hey, you know, the live streams take a lot out of you. Line 2, go.
Hey, Ben.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I don't, until we bring back putting people in jail for treason, this is never going to end. Not here in the United States.
Who was the last person that was jailed for treason?
That I don't know, but it's gone way out of hand to where nobody's getting prosecuted for it. I mean,
you don't think
the
there's any
border up
accountability
like that.
happening right now?
What's that?
You don't believe there's any level of accountability happening right now?
No, they don't have any for treason anymore.
So, you know, treason is a level of charge that is extremely hard to convict someone.
Wow. But
you have to
border,
prove that they've been found guilty of aiding the enemy, aiding and abetting the enemy. That's going to be a hard one to prove, man. I mean, we couldn't even convict OJ, right?
Yeah, yes. Man, I just think they need to bring it back and start prosecuting.
When you say bring it back, though, bring it back to what? Because
to start prosecuting people who are, you know, fighting Trump at every turn and just, you know, it's crazy. Opening up the borders like Biden did, that's treason. I mean, you let the enemy in.
It's policy. It was policy, really. I mean, it was policy. You know, I understand the frustration, but it's going to be very, very tough to prove. And more importantly, it's going to be very tough to convict because our biggest problem in the United States right now, in my opinion, are liberal judges. That's the biggest problem. Thank you for calling. Great call. Let's go here. Yeah, make sure y'all like and share the video. Make sure you like and share. Thank you for that reminder. I think treason, that term, is thrown around very, very loosely. Some of you might agree with that. Some of you might not. It might not be what you want to hear. That's just my opinion. Man, we got a lot of new members rolling in here today.
How dare you?
How dare you join the channel as a member, right? I love it. We need more members on the channel. That's what keeps the channel alive. Let's see here. Trump to attend the White House Correspondents' Dinner. That's going to be a clown show. That's going to be funny. Let's see here. Lines are open, 615-475-7864. I've got some other stuff I want to show you here. Let's go here. This will be a good one. This will be a chuckle for everybody that's not a submariner. Being kissed while you're asleep is one of the most purest forms of love, unless you're at sea on a submarine. Submarine's not just a job, it's an adventure. There you go. Little sick, twisted submarine humor for you. These are the assets that are in the area right now. You can see those here. Let's grab this call here real quick. Who do we got right here? Line 2. What do you got? Line 2, go.
The Saudi oil pipeline.
Yeah, good morning.
So Saudis supposedly have 5 to 7 million capacity. And of course, the other Arab nations can't build a pipeline in a day. But do you think they're actually getting 5 to 7 million barrels out?
I don't know. I have no idea. What do you think?
You know, it's probably what is keeping oil prices from going really high on the world futures prices. And that could make the Saudis real saviors in the area from letting us come completely unglued. But I don't hear a lot of people talking about it. It's really strange. People like to rant about, how dorked up this is for the world economy, but it could be a heck of a lot worse.
Well, we really don't bring in that much oil from the Saudi Arabian government either.
True. We do rely on the rest of the world for, I guess, it's the heavy crude.
Yeah.
We overproduce it all.
Well, find some information on that. I would love to see it. Thank you for calling. God bless you. Line 3, what do you got?
Hello, how are you, Ben? My name's Ben too.
Great. What would you like to say?
I'm really proud of our president. I think he's doing the best thing that could ever happen for America.
Okay. What other criticisms do you have of the president?
If I had any, I wouldn't say them.
Okay.
Because I don't have any. It's so weird how the rest of the world, and especially the people in the United States, I'm Gen Z or Gen X, and all of this stuff that's going on, it's just impossible. I grew up in the hood. All these people that are just angry and hateful.
It is strange, isn't it?
Yeah, it just, I remember having to go into the basement of our school as a child, not for a tornado, but for nuclear weapons going off.
Oh, right. Yeah, the drills. Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, and we're sitting here stuck in this quagmire when Iran has been attacking us for damn near 50 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. I've got a very good little meme to show here that's that couldn't detail it better as the way that the world operates right now. I really appreciate you calling, Ben. Thank you, and God bless you. Great call. Yeah, let me show you this. This should give you all a smile, but at the same time, show you exactly the way the world reacts to the president of the United States doing anything. This is a little clip here. I'm going to show you this. You've got to see it. It explains Panikins, Democrats, anyone that hates Trump, this explains it. It's a young puppy getting its nails clipped, okay? Just in your mind, visualize Donald Trump sending out a mean tweet, right?
Just a little clip. Fine, it was my nail. I barely touched it. Just a little clip. Fine, it was my nail. I barely touched it.
That is the Democrat Party in 10 seconds. That is Tucker Carlson. That is Marjorie Taylor Greene. That is Alex Jones. That is Candace Owens. That is Megyn Kelly in 10 seconds.
Just a little clip. Fine, it was my nail. I barely touched it.
Donald Trump is posting a tweet. And that's the Democrat Party melting down.
Just a little clip.
I don't think it's ever been more true. This is the real reality we're living in right now. People are so offended that they don't see what is really occurring. That's the issue that you're experiencing right now. People are so afraid to offend someone that they're losing their damn minds. They are literally losing their minds over a mean tweet. The lines are open, 615-475-7864. You're seeing it. If you don't, you're just ignoring it because it's real. What's happening is real right now. Okay. And if you don't want to recognize it, that's your personal freaking choice. I'm going to put a link here. Let's go right here. What do you got? Line 2, go.
Ben, that is a perfect example of what this whole country's been going through. That dog was on cue.
Isn't
Thank
it
you
real?
very much.
Does that explain everything right now? With 10 seconds of a dog?
Absolutely.
She
Absolutely.
touches his nail and the dog starts crying.
That's right. Yep. It reminded me of the woman that did that screaming after he got elected the first time. She was screaming with the hat on.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
That reminded me.
Well, thank you
I'm
for
a
calling,
former
brother.
Marine. I watch your show a lot. I love your program.
Semper
God
Fi.
bless you.
God bless you. Semper Fi. Line 2, go.
Hi, this is Dave. Quick question for you.
Sure. What's up, Dave?
Has anybody realized what it takes to reindustrialize the United States? Trump's brought in $18 trillion.
Okay.
He has to protect the Western Hemisphere. That's where you've got Venezuela. Second thing, he has to slow down China and take out nuclear options from the Iran, right?
Okay.
Then he has to get Iceland. But in the meantime, he also has to increase the income of the United States. So how would he pull that off? By redirecting everybody to come and pick up the United States oil and gas, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the more he does this, he's also breaking up the old way of doing things. Now, recently we just got shown that NATO has to be dissolved or reconfigured, and that's also in process. But we're really seeing how the world isn't really good to the United States. So what do you think the possibility of a new NATO is with his new Board of Peace and the Abraham Accords? Has anybody thought about that?
I think Donald Trump has a superpower, and I've said it since day one when he came down the gold escalator. His superpower is exposing who is actively working against America and who hates America. And I think
Correct.
that is his one superpower. He has a lot of other abilities. He's got some abilities that rub people the wrong way, but the one real thing that he's really good at is showing who hates America.
Exactly. So I listen to your show a lot. You're doing an awesome job. I hope you get that CIA guy because I think he's full of crap.
I have reached out to him. He responded to an email. I'm going to give him a call after the show today, and I'm going to try to get him on because I am tired of allowing these people to just lie without being challenged.
He had no receipts. It was all third-hand observations.
But
in my humble opinion,
him, Colonel McGregor, Scott Ritter, there's a laundry list of others. They make the circuit going around to all of these shows saying the same regurgitated, and I know I'm probably on some people's TVs, they're saying the same regurgitated bullshit with zero receipts.
Yeah, exactly. Because if anybody watched or understands Trump, he's been saying the same thing about Iran since the 90s.
Yeah. I would say late 80s. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Late 80s, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Gen X.
Well, thank you for calling. I appreciate it.
Not a problem.
God bless you. Thank you for watching. Somebody brought this up. I'll go ahead and play this. Someone edited this. I didn't. I can't take the credit for this. But you all know about the Southern Poverty Law Center and how they thank you for that super chat, Shelly, and also Foxy Maroon. You all know about the Southern Poverty Law Center with their implications into hate crimes. And somebody memed this.
Donald J. Trump is now president of the United States.
This is the Imperial Wizard of the Southern Poverty Law Center, if you can see that. See the hat? Somebody memed it. I think it's great.
Donald J. Trump is now president of the United States.
So classic. That is, the memes write themselves. They really, really write themselves. The lines are open. I'd love to get your call. Let's go. Tommy, Guitar Man. What do you got, Tommy?
Hey, morning, Ben. Morning, everyone. God, not in a million years do I think Trump ever told Raging Kane he wants to use nukes. He just told, the news. He directly asked that question by some moron.
Yeah.
He said nobody should ever use nuclear weapons, which is correct.
Correct.
Right? I mean,
Yeah.
why did they put words in his mouth? Here's why. My last thing I'm going to tell you. This is why they're woke. Because they think, all of us, like me, a white guy, and you, and a lot of people in America, we have too many things. We have it too easy. I live on $1,400 a month, and I have my own house. I struggle to survive playing music. And I don't have it easy, and neither do you, and nobody else does, I don't think. And they think that we deserve to give it all to everybody else around the country. And that's the bottom freaking line. I've seen it for 30 years climbing.
You're absolutely right. You are 1,000% right.
And we're slaves. We're filthy animals, and we're all slaves compared to each other. And compared to God. Compared to each other, there's nice people like my mother and maybe yours, but we're all filthy, period. If we don't realize that, you'll never, ever, ever find God.
Tommy, thank you for calling. Appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Great call by Tommy. Great call, Tommy. Let's go here. This is one of my favorite guys on the circuit right now. I believe he's a pastor down in Dallas, Texas, I believe is where this guy is. His name is Josh Howerton, and I'm inspired daily whenever I watch his clips. Let's go right. Let me see if I can pull this up here. Get the audio right.
So here's something a lot of Christians don't know about the words that Jesus said on the cross before he died. When Jesus was on the cross, he cried out, "It is finished." That's how it gets translated in English. But that was just a translation of the Greek word tetelestai. It was a word that was used in a business context on ancient receipts in the New Testament Bible times to indicate that a literal debt had been paid in full. But check this out. It was also used in a judicial context in a court when a sentence was fully served. Not like somewhat served or kind of served, like completely and fully once and for all served. And then the word tetelestai was also used in a military context, meaning that a battle had been won. It was a word of like triumph and victory. So check this out. When Jesus hangs on the cross and he cries out, "Tetelestai, it is finished," he was declaring the debt of your sin is fully paid. The judgment for your sin has been fully served. And the spiritual war against death, sin, and Satan has been completely won in Christ. The work of salvation, victory, reconciliation, and a new life is fully yours. Ladies and gentlemen, it is finished.
The guy is so positive. He's a pastor. I think somebody put there in the chat, Lake Point Church down in Dallas. I love watching the guy. I really enjoy watching his channel and hearing his perspective. I think he's great at what he does. Much better than I am, I'll say that. And obviously I'm no biblical scholar. It's I'll just say that. I'm far from it. I've been the focus of some prayers at the kitchen table most of my life, but definitely not a biblical scholar of any level. Let Let's go here. I think I've got something for you right here. Let's go right there. Okay. With that being said, guys, gals, girls, I've got some yard work to do. I got a bunch of stuff to take care of. I really appreciate you all tuning in. Smash a like and subscribe button, and I've got something good for you.
Chief of the watch on the 1MC, pass the word. Dive, dive, sound 2 blasts of dive alarm, pass the word, dive, dive.
Dive, dive. Dive, dive.
Here we go again! Here we go again! Same old song again! Same old song again! Marching down the avenue! Marching down the avenue! We don't know when we'll be through! We don't know when we'll be through! Hey, Friday, 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 Friday! A long, long time ago! Long, long time ago! Heard it on the radio! Heard it on the radio! Sounds so good to me! Sounds so good to me! U.S. Navy submarine! U.S. Navy submarine! The cruiser just inside here! Cruiser just inside here! Turns out I gave them 5 years! Turns out I gave them 5 years! Had to get out of boot camp! Had to get out of boot camp! They won't like the smoking lamp! They won't like the smoking lamp! Now I'm a submariner! Now I'm a submariner! Rolling in the deep surf! Rolling in the deep surf! Top secret mission, hush, hush! Secret mission, hush, hush! No one's gonna find us! No one's gonna find us! 6 months below the ocean! 6 months below the ocean! I can't remember the sun! I can't remember the sun! Can't write my wife no letters! Can't write my wife no letters! And Tony's gonna get her! Tony's gonna get her! But I won't trade this life away! I won't trade this life away! Makes it worth the Navy pay! Makes it worth the Navy pay! If I can't be a bobblehead! I can't be a bobblehead! Might as well just be dead! Might as well just be dead! Long, long time ago! Long, long time ago! Heard it on the radio! Heard it on the radio! Sounds so good to me! Sounds so good to me! U.S. Navy submarine! U.S. Navy submarine! Say Riley, 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 Riley! Hey, sailor! Hey, sailor! Where have you been? Where have you been? I've been to Coral Sea! I've been to Coral Sea! Fighting for liberty! Fighting for liberty! Fighting for freedom! Fighting for freedom! Hey, sailor! Hey, sailor! Where have you been? Where have you been? I've been to Korea! I've been to Korea! Fighting for liberty! Fighting for liberty! Fighting for freedom! Fighting for freedom! Hey, sailor! Hey, sailor! Where have you been? Where have you been? I've been to Vietnam! I've been to Vietnam! Fighting for liberty! Fighting for liberty! Fighting for freedom! Fighting for freedom! Hey, sailor! Hey, sailor! Where have you been? Where have you been? I've been to Desert Storm! I've been to Desert Storm! Fighting for liberty! Fighting for liberty! Fighting for freedom! Fighting for freedom! Hey, sailor! Hey, sailor! Where have you been? Where have you been? I've been to Afghanistan! I've been to Afghanistan! Fighting for liberty! Fighting for liberty! Fighting for freedom! Fighting for freedom! Hey, sailor! Hey, sailor! Where have you been? Where have you been? I've been to Iraq and back! I've been to Iraq and back! Fighting for liberty! Fighting for liberty! Fighting for freedom! Fighting for freedom! Hey, sailor! Hey, sailor! Where will you be? Where will you be? I'll be where I have to be! I'll be where I have to be! Fighting for liberty! Fighting for liberty! Fighting for freedom! Fighting for freedom! Hey, Riley, 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 Riley.
Okay, guys, gals, girls, this is Ben Dyke Show. Smash a like and subscribe on your way out the door. See you in the next one. Ben Dyke Show is out.
We could do boom shakalaka. We love the boom shakalaka, you know. Nobody booms and shakalakas as much as I do. I do it better than anybody. I invented it, believe it or not. A lot of people don't realize it.
Rock on, salute, God bless you. Bubbleheads forever.